But at the end of the show, we saw Rhea and Io were celebrating together. Io's left arm was holding up the Women's World Championship, and that is the arm that Rhea was also holding up to celebrate. And we saw that look from Rhea, like she has her eyes on that championship. And it immediately got people talking because people, I mean, we've even saw it in the chat today that Rhea is kind of becoming the Raw version of Charlotte Flair, where they like simply cannot book her into any storyline that does not involve a championship. And that has been the case basically for the past, what, 2-3 years for Rhea. Yeah, because she won the title at Mania 39 and had the title for a year. So I don't, okay, I like Rhea more than I like Charlotte. Obviously, I'm not going to try and pretend that, but I do think that after, I would say I would agree with this with Richard, that Rhea can face Io one more time, but she needs to lose and she needs to move on. Like, we need to see her get into a story. Maybe it is with Julia or maybe it is with somebody else, you know, but like, I want to see what Rhea can do when it isn't for a championship, because I think that really is when you see what someone is truly capable of. Because we've said, you know, like Becky, for instance, has been really good at getting you to care about her stories and her matches, and it had nothing to do with the championship. You know, like, how invested were people in her versus Trish Stratus? They had one of the best matches in that cage match.
Steel cage matches all
and
time.
Didn't involve a title, you know? So I would like to see what Rhea can do when it doesn't involve the title. I'm just not sure when we're going to have that chance.
I do not mind that Rhea Ripley is constantly in the title picture because she's that girl in the women's, you know, that woman. I'm a grown ass woman. That's just
oh my god! Wait, hold on.
That popped up in my head when I said just said she is that woman.
I'm gonna blow your mind for a second. I saw a TikTok of her, of Thea.
And she's like 19.
Is she dating Harlem Lewis?
Oh yeah, she took Cora Jade's dude.
Dude,
Harlem Lewis was dating Cora Jade.
I know, but I saw a video of them like getting coffee together, and he was the one filming it, and I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker does not leave my sight.
He's gonna be like an up and comer like soon in NXT, and we're gonna be watching him win the North American title. Like, that's just how this is gonna go.
Now we know that part of the drama between that Cora was probably having behind
I can't wait for that tea to be spilled. Oh my god.
I don't know that I really care, because I feel like her and I don't know what really happened. Obviously, like, let's say Harlem didn't cheat on her or something, right? Her and Harlem were not together for that long for her to like get that upset over potentially Thea Hale dating him. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. It is a reality show, apparently.
Yeah, it's love. Yes, of course it is.
Well, and that's the thing, is they're all young, they're all attractive, they're all athletic, they're all like around each other 24/7. So like, of course they're gonna date each other. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, getting back to,
you ever work in a restaurant?
No, I have not. Actually.
it's a cesspool. But back to the topic at hand. I do not care that Rhea Ripley is fighting for the title constantly in the best way possible, because she is the top dog in the yard. I already said, like, when she comes out and her music hits, she is the loudest pop of the night. And if that's the benchmark you want to have for your, you know, your top stars. And for her to be fighting for the title, well, like you said it, I agree there that if she is not going to be fighting for the title, then like give her something, you know, to go with. That's why the Liv Morgan story was so long, because it didn't involve a title. It was, I mean, it did, but didn't, because she took Judgment Day away from her too. You know, there was a little bit more substance here. Yeah, the title was there, but there was a little bit more than the title. Now you need something a little bit more without a group, like on her own. Like, what are you going to attack that's personal? And that's the next step. And it's just, you're waiting for that opportunity, that superstar, that good, moment,
So the see, like I get it, but I also feel like there needs to be a time where like okay, let's talk about Becky, right? Becky should be in the women's world title picture 24/7. No matter if she's on Raw or SmackDown, she should be in the women's title picture because it's Becky Lynch, right? Like, obviously, you're not going to question if she's going for the women's title. However, there also comes a time where we want to see someone like Becky Lynch working with someone like a Lyra Valkyria. And even though there is a title involved in this instance, it's nice to see them help other girls be elevated and to like see if they can be in that main event spot at the same time. So it's like I want to see Rhea do that. Like, have Rhea work with Roxanne, have Rhea work with Julia. And I'm not questioning whether or not that those girls can be main eventers, but in the eyes of the Raw audience right now, they're not main eventers, right? Because like they just got brought up from NXT. Like, who are these girls? So it's like, I think if she did a program with Julia and like help put Julia over, that's still a fire feud and story, and it doesn't involve the title. But it's like, are we going to see that? Can Rhea do that? Like Rhea's star power is not going away. It's not going to be hindered because she's
only 28.
She's 28. It's like she's going to be fine if she steps away from the women's world title picture for a while. So, I don't know. I think that it would be nice if we could just see something different from her. That's all.